Hello YouTube, Pinchio8 here. Well, you remember as part of my post-Christmas haul how I reviewed my brand new Spin Master Monster Jam trucks. I shall definitely add Wonder Woman into that lineup very soon. But what I didn't get to review was what else I got for Christmas in regards of trains, and here they are. These are my new locomotives that have just come in. A Bachmann CSX GP40, an Atlas Trainman CSX GP15-1, and by Exactrail, the Trinity 6275 plug door boxcar by F-Box made for TTX. And you'll have to excuse a little mistake I made on this order from me, because since these are very rare to find, I just didn't know I didn't get one of the same numbers, where this one is number 5213. I didn't know that I got that same road number from up here. Now, what makes these very cool when I get them out of the box is that they're transition, where one side has the old TTX logo and the other side has the new TTX logo like this. So, I think they're going to be pretty cool. I'm sure I'm sure Exactrail will look to re-releasing these in the near future. I hope to get more of them very soon. I mean, these 6275 boxcars that are high-cube boxcars, they're still out on the rails today on any railroad, from local freight to mainline freight. The only thing that's not part of the haul or Christmas gifts is this Atlas Trainman starter set, which can happen on different railroads. On this side, you've got a picture of how things work. And on this side of the box, you can have it with the different railroads. In this instant, with the check mark, I got the CSX, which has a boxcar, 2 covered hoppers, an open top hopper, and a caboose, which is, I find to this day, used as a conductor platform. You can also find a Burlington Northern, a Conrail, and a Union Pacific. But as for me, I got CSX. And then right in this window, you can see here, there's where you'll find another GP15-1 in here, in the Y and 2 scheme. Yep, pretty unique. So just give me a few moments while I get this track set up, and I will get these things out of the box and ready for reviewing. So I'll see you shortly. Alright, and we are in business. So this is the first time I'm ever reviewing N-scale trains using some Atlas Fast Track. It's a really unique Fast Track. You can see there's already an accessory around here. This is where the switcher, I think, usually stays. I usually see these kinds of shed. Here's the transformer, and I've got all plugged into where I've got one of my Christmas candle lights on the window still. I will be taking my Christmas decorations out. And here are all my boxcars and locomotives out. The only ones I didn't take out, this is from the train set over here. I know that I'm not really keeping focus on these and all, but I will put this in the review, maybe towards the end of the review. But our real stars of the show are the boxcars and the locomotives. I'll start with the Bachmann. So here it is, your simple Bachmann GP40 with 4 axle bogies on each end. So this makes this a GP40 with a 40,000 or 400 or a 40 or a 400 horsepower engine, but I like to call it a 40,000 horsepower engine. Anyway, this is my very first Bachmann locomotive with CSX in the YN3B scheme, which stands for Boxcar logo. Here's a good way you can tell your GP38s to your GP40s. As you're seeing here, the GP40 has 3 of these fans in the back, while the GP38 would have 2 of them. Plus, I think the 40,000 horsepower engine sounds a little bit different. You could hear it on the SD40s. That part over there, that's where the exhaust comes out. And this part up front, if I could get it to focus, that's where the dynamic braking is. There we go. Keep focused, camera. Very excellent detail on that sand filler hatch. They usually call these couplers on Bachmann Easy Mate couplers. It's a really outstanding N-scale locomotive. And I'm sorry about all that sound you're hearing in the background. I got neighbors playing basketball outside. Now, one cool thing about this locomotive is underneath, you got a speaker over there that's already been pre-drilled in case you wanted to add a speaker or something for sound. If only I knew how to do that, it would have worked. And what makes this really unique, looking at these bogies, is that you got the Bachmann logo on the bottom of each one of them. I know that golden piece, that's not a bell, that's a electrical pickup. And yeah, I think the bell would have been on the side of this locomotive. I don't know how it's done. But yeah, you can see the horns. They're definitely on top of the cab. So this is a really unique locomotive. Alright, let's move on. Here's the CSX GP15-1. And I know these locomotives are very old, but it's hard to believe they are still out on the railroad. And this thing is unique because you can see on the fuel tank on the bottom how it has a sight glass. You got beautiful horns on top. You've got the dynamic braking mechanism over here. Those two holes that are molded in are where the exhaust comes out. That's where the radiator is. It's really unique how the handrails instead are blue on the ends when they should be yellow. Still, I think Y and 3B is really neat to see on these locomotives. And this is what it looks like on the bottom of the fuel tank and all. You can also see either on the front or the back would have some multi-unit or MU hoses whenever you're connecting more than one of these locomotives. Don't know why my zoom is not focusing very well. The flying number boards are on the bottom instead. So yeah, very, very nice locomotive, and these are very sturdy handrails, so let's move on to the boxcar. Alright, and since I have two of these same road numbers, number 5213, I'll only be going for us to take a closer look at these one at a time in the essence of time. So what makes this a quote-unquote transfer car is that you're seeing here on this side, you've got the old TTX logo. And then on this side, you've got the new TTX logo right here. And some very, very fine detail. Really, really outstanding. And as for this one I have here at the end, this is the new TTX logo all the way. Has a different road number, number 504537. And you can see that on that side says next load, any load. And rather it's the old or new TTX logo, it would always say stuff like TTX, Rail Car Pulling Experts, TTX.com. And here's what the ends of the car look like, I forgot to mention. If I could just get my zoom or my camera to focus. And here's what it looks like on this side with the brake wheel. And all Exactrail products like this are equipped with microtrains couplers and body-mounted couplers and not truck-mounted couplers. So there you have it. Let's get these locomotives running. Pretty good running. Everything is staying on the rails correctly. Somehow from this look, I think the Bachmann engine's a little bit faster than the Atlas. But they're doing pretty good helping each other. You can also see a big difference is that the Atlas locomotive has the lit flying number boards, but not on the Bachmann, just the headlights. Other than that, looking very, very good. These engines work very well. This is DC only with no sound or DCC installed. Alright, well, I think I'm going to wrap up this review by adding the train set that came with this track to make it look like a local freight train. It's not too often you see a 3-locomotive local freight. But other than that, all three locomotives are performing pretty well simultaneously. Excuse me. This will be really fun to have when I return to the St. Mary's Railroad to run some trains. Alright, and that's going to wrap up my train review, part of my post on Christmas presents, so you can definitely see on either side how to describe transition TTX boxcars. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this review. Happy model railroading. Stay off those tracks, and we'll see you on the rails. Bye.